Hello everyone, hope you are having a nice day. Welcome to yet another video of system software. So in the previous class we have discussed about the machine independent assembler features. We have discussed about literals, symbol defining statements and expressions. Consider this picture. What can you predict from this? Here you have a group of fishes in the same tank. They are dependent on one another for food, but consider this picture. What can you predict from this? A group of fish are living in the same tank and they are dependent on one another. Even suppose if the fish want to have food, it depends on the other fish because only if it gets the chance it can eat the food. But one fish has tried to free itself from other fishes. So it is jumping from its place to another, and this is an example for independent. So we are going to see the next two independent topics. So independent machine, independent features of assembler. The first one is program blocks. The second one is control sections and program linking. So first we will see what is program block. See, so what we are going to do is you have the program. And that program will be divided into something called as blocks. So first you will have the data section, you will have the bigger data that can be called as bigger blocks or C blocks. So we will see that in the program. So first you will use a assembler directive called as use. When you encounter this assembler directive, then you can say that you are switching from one block to another. For example, suppose there is a block called as C data, and if it is like use C data means the line before that belongs to some other blocks and the line after this will be in the C data block. So you are using a assembler directive called as use, and along with use you will write the block name. When you have the block name, the lines preceding it will come under the will come under that block. So we will see that. So consider this is the program, and here you can see use C data. So what is use C data? That means the next two lines comes under the C data blocks. Then the next line is use C blocks. That means another block has come, and the next two lines or the next three lines comes under C blocks. The previous line belongs to C data. Before that, that is we'll see that. So this is C data block, C block, and if it is not specified, then it is called as a default block. So if you don't have something, then it is default block. If it is specified, then it is C data block, and then it is also specified by C blocks. Next, after that you can see use. Nothing is specified. So the preceding lines, these all are part of default block. Default block. Then again you have C data, that means the next line comes under C data block. Next, again you have use, that means these lines are part of default block. Yes. So what is LTORG? You might remember this. LTORG means an assembler statement, assembler directive. After this, all the literals will be placed. So what we have discussed till now is we have discussed something called as program blocks, and three program blocks. One is default block, the next one is C data block, and next one is C blocks. And if the line comes under default block, it will be specified by 0. If the line comes under data block, it will be specified by 1. If the line comes under C block, it will be specified by 2. And one more important point, the first line of default block will start from 0, 0, 0, 0. If the program starts from 0, it will go. And suddenly, if you see use C data, again the location counter will be reset to 0. That means the C data block will start from 0, 0, 0. Then again it will go on. Suppose if you see use C data, C blocks, again it will start from 0, 0, 0, 0. Then suppose if I only use, that means it is C, that is default block. If the default block is in line 0, 0, 7, 2, the next line will be 0, 0, maybe it's a 3-byte instruction, 7, 2, 7, 3, 7, 4. So it will start from 0, 0, 7, 5. That means that 0 default block will be the continuation of the previous one. Then suppose C data block is till 1000, the next one will start from 1001 if it is use C data. Clear? We'll see that in the program. Now you can see here, copy start 0, the program has started from 0, yes. So as I said, the block number is 0, till this block number is 0. When use C data comes, I will be using the block number as 1, and when C blocks come, block number is used as 2. Clear? Next, now we can see how these locations are specified. It starts from 0, 3, 6 because all 3 bytes instruction, and it's not an issue. Then you have come till 0, 0, 2, 4. Then again it's a 3-byte instruction. What we are doing here is when you encounter this use C data, you are starting from 0. The next one is 0, 0, 0. Then it's a reserved word, it's 3. Then when it is use C block, you are again starting from 0. Here you have 4096 hexadecimal, and you convert this into 1000. So you are reserving 1000 bytes. So the next one is 1000. Clear? Next, you can see here you have come for use. That means it's default block. So what I have to do, I have to again start, the block number is 0. Next, when you see the previous one, it has ended at 24. So 24, 25 and 26. So next one should start as 27. Yes, here we are starting from 27. Clear? Next, when it is C data, so there was 0, 0, 0, 3, 3, 4 and 5. So next one should start from 6. So when you are using blocks, and when the blocks comes again and again in the program, it will be the address will be the continuation of the previous thing. Clear? So here again you have a 0 use block. That means here it is default, and it's the continuation till 0, 0, 0, 0. Yes. Next, so we'll see the length of each blocks. I'll write like this: block number or block name. We can specify the block name, block number, address. That means starting address, and we can see the length. So we'll put this. The first block is default block. Second one is C data block, and third one is C blocks. So first block number is 0, block number is 1, block number is 2. Then first the first block starts at location 0, 0, 0, 0, right? Then block number 1. So the block number 1, where does this block number 1 ends? So length. So if you see the previous one, block number 0 starts at location 0, 0, 6, 3, 6, 3, 6, 4 and 6, 5. So you can see the length will be 0, 0, 6, 5, starting from 0, 0, 0, 0. That means 0, 0, 6, 6 should be the length, right? 0, 0, 6, 6. So after block 1, 0, the block 1 starts. So after block 0, the block 1 starts. So the address, starting address is 0, 0, 6, 6. Then we will see the length of block 1. So block 1 is 0, 0, 0A. So 0, 0, 0 to 0, 0, 0A means it should be 0, 0, 0B. So you can see there, see in the program, first block here 0, 0, 0A. So it should be 0, 0, 0B. Next 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 6, sorry, 0, 0, 6, 6 plus 0, 0, 0B. So what will be the answer? So 6 plus B. B means 11. 11 plus 6 is 17. That means, so what will I do? B plus 6. B, C, D, E, F. So B plus 4 is F. Then 0, 1. So 1. Next one is 6 plus 1 will be 7. So I will get the answer as 0, 0, 7, 1. Right? C, you have to B. Then B you have to add 6 place. C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. So I have given the 1 here. 1 will be carry because 0B, 0, 6, 1, 1. So then 6 plus 1 is 7. So the starting address is 0, 0, 7, 1. Right? Then address of length of C block. So you can see there, length of C block is block 2. The size of block 2 is, so the entire size is 1000. So the size is 1000. So these 3 things you have to note down. First one is block number, then the address, starting address, length. See, in the program it will start from 0, 0, 0, 0, but here after block, default block is over, it starts. Then you have to find the size. Then you have to add these two to find this starting address. Then the size of the C block. Clear? Next one is control sections and program linking. So what is control section? Control section is a part of a program. Control section is a part of a program that maintains its identity even after assembly. That means, what is meant by assembler? Converts from assembly level language to machine level language. When you are converting from us, even if you are converting your program and from assembly level language to machine level language, some part of the program will maintain its identity. You cannot change that. It will be there as it is. Only at the runtime, you know, before, for example, I am converting, that means what is assembly level language? That is, I have a program like this, LDA, maybe I have LDA #5. That means this is converted into something, 0, 1, some values. That is assembling. Even after doing this assembling, some part of the program will remain like that. And only during runtime, that means After this is loaded into memory, it will get the value. Only at that time, that symbols will be resolved, and that is called as control section. Control section is a part of program that will maintain its identity even after assembly. So in control section, you will be learning two types of symbols. So they are external definition. First one is EXT DEF, second one is EXT REF. So this is external definition, and this is external reference. Yes. So external definition and external reference. So external definition means is a statement. External definition is a statement that are defined in this control section, and they will be used in some other control section. For example, I have a control section. This is one control section. This is another control section or part of a program, and here I am defining something. This will be defined here, but that will be used in some other control section. External definition means I have some symbols, though those symbols are defined here but used somewhere. External reference is symbols that are used here but they are defined somewhere. External reference means symbols that are used here but defined somewhere. But external definition means those are defined here and used somewhere in some other control section. So we will see the example. So consider a control section, and in this control section you have external definitions like buffer, bufferend, length. External reference like read record, write record. Clear? So first, what is external definition? These are defined. Buffer will be defined here, bufferend will be defined here, length will be defined here. You can see bufferend. What is bufferend? You are reserving 1000 bytes. Length, it's a reserved one, it is defined here. And buffer is 4096. Bufferend is equal to star means, so this specifies the value of location counter. The current value, when the location counter comes here, though that value is used here, that is specified by star. So clear? So these three things are defined here, but it will not be used inside this control section. It will be used somewhere, some other in other control section. External reference. External reference means it will be used here. Read record and write record will be used here, but it will be defined somewhere else. You can see plus jsub write record, plus jsub read record, but there is no definition for read record or write record here. See, this is the next control section. See, if you see the next control section, here you have external reference, buffer, length, bufferend. That means these three things, buffer length and bufferend. See, buffer is used here, length is used here, bufferend is used here. You don't know the value because it is not defined inside this control section. It is not defined inside this control section. This was defined in the previous control sections. You have another control section, write record control section. Here you have external reference, that is length and buffer. Length is used here in the program, buffer is used here in the program. These two things are not defined here. It is defined in the first control section. So now we are clear about what is external reference and external definition. So external definition means extdef. What is external definition? That is, it is defined here, used somewhere. So I say here means used in this control section. That is defined in this control section, used in some other control section. External reference used in the control section but defined somewhere. Yes, I think now you are aware of what is control section and but how a program is linked here. Now consider, I'll write a statement, consider an instruction. See in the line 160, 0017 plus stch buffer comma x 5790000. Okay. Here you have to refer to the line, you have to refer to buffer, which is a external reference, because this buffer will not be defined inside that. So since we don't know the value, we have given it as 0000. So how will you resolve that symbol? That is an issue here. So here, so when you find a symbol which is defined outside, we'll see that in that here. If you see this length, we don't know the value for length. So what I will do? We will put that as 000. We don't know the value for buffer. We will put that as 00. So we'll go to the previous thing. We don't know the value for buffer again. We put that as 0. We don't know the value for length. We'll give that as 0. Clear? So when remaining symbols are all defined and we know the value. Clear X B410, clear A B400, clear S B440. That means these symbols are resolved already because we know the value for clear is B4, X is 1. So this is format 2. So that we are giving B410. But when the symbol is not defined, what we will do? We will be using the value 0 instead of defining that. Clear? Now, so usually your program will contain header record, text record, modification. We have learned this modification record. Then we have learned about end record. Now we will have a slight modification in modification record, as well as we have two more things: defined record and refer record. So for external definition you use defined record. For external reference you use refer record. Clear? So we'll see that I'll write one defined record. So consider, so we'll write the defined record near to that symbol. I'll show you. For example, if I want to write this defined record, so I have three definitions. One is buffer, and length. So how will you write defined record? First I will put the value D. Next, the next one will be the name of the defined record. The name of the first defined record is buffer. So I'll write as buffer. Clear? Buffer. Next, address of buffer. See, address of buffer is 0033. That is 6 digits. 000033. Right? Then next one is buffer int. I'll write here buffer BUFEND. Buffer int. The value of buffer int is 1033. 001033. Next one is length. So value for length is length is here 0 0 2d. How will I write 0 0 0 0 0 0 2d? Clear? This is how I write a defined record, right? Then refer record. See, refer record is used here, but we don't know the name address here. So two refer records are here, RD, REC. RD, REC. Then next one is what? WR, REC. So this is defined record and this is refer record. So in defined record you have to specify D first, then the name of the defined record, then the address. Defined record, you will have definition, the name of the external symbol, then address of the symbol, then you have to repeat. Suppose if I have another two, I have to write those also. Then refer record, I will write only R and name of this. Next, for here, if I want to write refer record, what I will do? R, buffer, then length, then buffer int. Clear? So you have to write those. Next, suppose if I want to write an external refer record here, R, next is length, next is buffer. This is the thing. Clear? So you have learned two more things, that is how to write a definition record and how to write a refer record. Next, we will see one more thing, that is how this modification record changes. Clear? See, consider this statement. Here, the statement is plus LDT length. So it has to be modified from as modification records formula. You have to modify it from the position 0 0 0 3, not as 2, because this will not change, right? You are aware of that. Then next, what I have to do, next, this is 5 bits, then this is half bit. Then what you have to do is, with the length value is not defined here, so I have to add the length value when it is resolved, because only at the runtime I will know the length value. If you write here for LDCH buffer, what will you do? This 0 0 0 C, so it will be M 0 5 zeros actually, M 0 0 0 0 0, then C, next one is D, next 5 positions, then and the unresolved symbol is buffer. So here what I have done is, so I am adding the unresolved symbol here. Clear? So in program linking, we have discussed about external definition and external reference. Then we have discussed about a defined record, then refer record and modification record, a slight modification in modification record. So what was the thing, that is in defined record we should have D, then name of the symbol, address. Yes. Then in refer record you have name of the symbol alone. You have to repeat this. Then modification record will, the place it is modified, half bits 5, then plus the unresolved symbol. So in this video lecture we have discussed about another two independent assembler features. They were program blocks, control section and program linking. So we have discussed about the program blocks. So we have seen 3 blocks, a default block, data block and C blocks. Then we have discussed about control section and program linking, where we have discussed about the external definitions and external reference. Then we have seen how a modification record is modified there. We are using a plus symbol along with the already learned modification record plus the symbol which is to be modified. Hope you understood this video lecture. Thanks for watching. Thank you.